How ugly guys can still get relatively attractive women. This is the most common problem with the dating community, is that there's a lot of guys that are struggling to meet women. They're struggling to get girls, and vast majority of them are unattractive men. And looks do matter. I have made a video in the past where I explained to you guys my history. When I was growing up, I was a good looking guy. I had a six-pack. I used to surf. I was tanned. I had the big flowing, blonde locks of hair. I had more girls than I knew what to do with. And they would come to me. It was literally that easy. And so these days, obviously, there's a lot of guys out there that are coaching that are good-looking guys, and the girls are coming to them and they're like, okay, this is the 3 secrets. But really, they don't know what they're talking about, because their looks haven't declined. And over time, my looks have started to decline over time, and the older I get, the more my looks decline, the harder it gets for me to get girls. And so as my looks have declined, my game has to increase to try and keep me on the level to some extent. And that's what makes me a good coach, is because I'm constantly out there field testing things. So in simplistic terms, I'm going to try and break down what it takes for an unattractive, ugly guy to still have some success with women. But before we kick it off, I'm Dave, and this channel is dedicated to giving you no BS, novel dating advice for the modern man. My book's in the description. Top link in the description to get some one-on-one coaching with me, or a boot camp wherever you are in the world. So, you're an unattractive guy, and you are struggling. The dating advice that you are seeing out there isn't working for you. The 5 steps to get a girlfriend, the 4 whatever, Firstly, if you are unattractive, we really need to focus on that. If you are a little bit overweight, you really do need to have a 6-month plan. You can't just go, okay, well, where's the hack? What can I say that is going to solve the problem? Well, there's nothing you can say that is going to solve the fact that you have a beer gut. You have a pot belly, you have these massive fat hips, and you're overweight. Diet is going to fix that. This channel is about no BS. If you are overweight, don't worry about the steps. Don't worry about the Tinder hacks. Don't worry about anything else. You should literally switch to channels that are teaching you how to lose weight. I've done that myself. I've had 3 major surgeries, and each time I couldn't walk, so I put on weight. I couldn't do any exercise, so I know what it's like to put on a ton of weight. I get up to 90 to 100 kilos, and then I'd have to lose 20 kilos just to look relatively okay. I know that it's tough, but you have to lose weight. If you're overweight, girls generally aren't attracted to guys that are overweight unless you have $1 billion, you have a house, you are a simp, you're willing to cook and clean and do everything for you, you're like a man of convenience, and you're a provider, and you maybe have some status, and you have a low sex drive, so you're not going to bother her while just giving her all the goodies. Lose some weight. Sign up to the gym. If you are overweight, you need to do cardio. You shouldn't be in there doing weights. You really should be doing cardio and cutting out a lot of that bad food. Lose some weight. If you have some sort of blemishes on your face, you really do need to see a dermatologist. If you see, myself, I moisturize. I've still got wrinkles, but I'm 40 years old. I moisturize. I have 2 types of moisturizer. I moisturize other parts of the body as well, try to get the neck. If you have pimples or acne, you really need to sort that out. And the 3 hacks on how to yad stop a girl is not going to solve that problem for you. You need to solve the acne. If if you smell too much, if you have a hygiene problem, there's a lot of wipes that you can take, you can, maybe you're eating something, maybe you're eating curry or too much garlic, or you're eating some sort of food, and when you perspire it just smells rank. Have a look at your diet, have a look at what is making you smell. Are you showering enough, which is probably the most obvious one. You go to the gym, you know, you perspire. Is there some? Are you washing your clothes? Are you? Do your clothes smell okay? Do you have some deodorant, cologne? Do you smell? Is your personal hygiene on point? Then we go to the teeth. Obviously, you need to have relatively clean teeth. I've just signed up to go to the dentist. I've got an appointment tomorrow. I'm gonna get a clean done, and I've got a little bit of. It's a little bit. It's not brown, and it's not really that bad, but I want it to be brighter. I might have to do some teeth whitening. Brushing your teeth and using a mouthwash, making sure you floss first. You floss first, then you brush your teeth, and then you use some sort of mouthwash. If your breath still smells, maybe it's something that you ate, then you might need to use some chewing gum or something like that. There's also some sprays if your breath smells. If you are on a date with a girl and you're up close and your breath smells, that's going to kill your date. It really is. It's going to destroy your chances on that date. Do you have a haircut? Is your hair all scruffy? And I kind of flow in and out. I like a little bit of stubble. Then sometimes I shave it. Sometimes I trim, and I do something like this. Or I see. Do you look well put together? Do you have a nice? How's your fashion? Do you have a suit jacket? Do your socks match? Just simple things like that. When the girl looks at you, if she looks at your shoes, are you wearing $20 sneakers with a nice suit jacket? Because that's not going to look very good, and she's going to go with the lowest value thing that you're wearing. Do you have a Rolex on and some $20 shoes? She'll be thinking, hang on, this guy doesn't. I think the $20 shoes are more representative of who he really is. They often go for the least desirable piece of your clothing to identify who you are, which is unfortunate. You can't just turn up in your pajamas and wear a Rolex and expect them to think, oh, Rolex, that solves all the problems. No, it's the entire thing together. Your fashion is important. Does it match? Does he know? If you put yourself together in a nice, respectful way, that means you respect yourself. If you respect yourself, that's evidence that you have status. That's evidence that you respect other aspects of your life. And therefore, you're a conscientious type of man that is more likely to be the type of guy that she's going to want to hang out with. Then also think about your friends, your hobbies, other aspects of your life that are important. Are you when it comes to speaking to girls, are you very demanding, pushy? You know, are you like trying to grab them and get them because you're so lonely and desperate and needy? That obviously, you need some coaching with me. Top link in the description. And if you're struggling, obviously I've got a free PDF for overcoming adversity. That's another aspect of it as well. But everything is important. Everything is important. And those little tiny 1%ers, at the end of the year, they make a huge difference. So if you can lose some weight, you can focus on all these other aspects of who you are. That can make a huge difference. Job-wise, do you have enough money to take them out? You don't have to be super wealthy. You just need enough money to support her when you go out. And do you pay for things when you go out on the first date? Are you showing that you have enough money, or are you turning up on the date and going, let's split the bill? I totally understand if some guys are out there and they're thinking, look, no, I'm not. I can't afford to just take dates out and pay for a lot of things all the time. Well, it shows that you're probably not making enough money, therefore you're not very conscientious at work. therefore you're not really well put together, then you know every little aspect of you needs to be sorted out. If you're an unattractive guy, just say you're a short, unattractive guy, you've got something wrong with your face, you may be a little bit too old, you really do need to have all of these facets of who you are as higher up as possible. You need to be dressing the best you can, personality wise, you need to be put together, your hygiene needs to be on point, you know, mouth, your teeth, your hair, all of these things, your grooming, everything needs to be as high a level as you possibly can to try and make up for the fact that you're not an attractive guy. And being unattractive, from my experience, is not a very good thing, because I've had operations and my face blows up and I'm in crutches walking along. I talk to a girl and she just looks at me like, yeah, disabled, ugly, fat old man, right? I can identify with unattractive guys, but when I was younger, I also understand that a lot of the advice that you're taking is from a younger version of me that was getting a lot of girls, but it was despite their terrible game and their terrible experience and their lack of understanding of game. And now I understand that my previous self was never a player, that my previous self was just getting results because I was a pretty boy with a six-pack that surfed, had the great body, and I had no stress in my life, so I was high energy and just, you know, well, I had stress in my life, but when you're younger you can just ignore a lot of your stress and you come across as more fun and exciting, etc., things like that. So if you're an unattractive guy, hopefully this video has made some sense to you, that you need to add all those other things and have it all in line. There are a lot of black pill guys out there that probably watch this and go, there's nothing I can do, my chin is too far in and I'm gonna just stay at home and cry. I totally understand you. I can empathize with you as well. But that type of mentality is giving up. It really is. Let's just be really honest with you. It's going to take a lot of hard work if you're really unattractive. You have to have all of these things on point and ready to go. You need to be on top of your fashion, your hygiene and everything else, just so that you can at least compete in the sexual marketplace. Your mate value is so low that all of these other things need to be on point, and if they're not on point, you're not going to get any success. But even if they are on point and you put in all this extra effort, you still need to work harder with your game, your approaches, your strategy, day game, night game, online, your analysis of how you're doing your approaches, what wings you have, what areas of the city, what country you're in. You know, might even need to leave the country. There's a lot of aspects to why you're not getting success that can be analyzed in an objective way and help you to get better success. And I've helped a lot of guys in the past that are not very attractive. I've got the runs on the board with myself and my clients. I know what I'm talking about. Don't be a black pill guy. I totally empathize if you have to be a black pill guy and just give up. I totally understand, because it's a lot of hard work to compete in the marketplace if you're coming from such a low level. But obviously my coaching's for the guys that have obviously made some money and they're willing to put in the hard work to try and get some results, even though their mate value is so damn low. And I empathize with those guys, and that's why I'm here, to try and give you those extra 1 to 5% increases, with you working hard too. You're not doing a little bit of online perusing, read a few books and then expect some, you know, magic to happen instantly. Yeah, so I hope that makes some sense to you guys out there. Top link in the description to get some coaching with me. Free Telegram groups in the description. The free PDF on how to overcome adversity is in there as well. And if you think that you had a worse life than me, maybe read my book. And we'll compare life stories. That's an autobiography. It's an awful autobiography. I'll see you guys in the next video.